Hi, everyone. Kind of an unusual message this week because I'm speaking to all of you, all of the folks am currently coaching and folks that I coached over the last year or so. So that's training program folks, speedsters, Boston Bound. I just thought it was a good moment now that we've announced the unique pandemic edition of the 2021 10 miler. And I thought it'd be good maybe take a few minutes to just go over the whole racing scene and some of the thoughts behind it. And I'll start with the 10 miler, even though it's not chronological order, but the 10 miler, we put a ton of thought back and forth into where we could hold this race with our pandemic protocols of 10 people every 5 minutes or 10 people every 10 minutes, depending on the event. Of course, this is a big one, so it'll be 10 every 5 minutes. And we just couldn't find a place that was where we could close the roads for that long a period of time, either over a 1 or 2 day period, where we wouldn't we would inconvenience the motorists and residents to the ultimate. I mean, it was just couldn't think of a spot. And then we came up with an idea of Riverview, but we thought, golly, crowded down there, then we'd have to park over at Tao Park. Then that would mean going up over the bridge onto Riverview, over Free Bridge and back down again, which is, God, that's just up and down those steps. And then also it's very narrow underneath the bridge there. So anyway, we put a ton of thought into it and decided what the heck. We've been really enjoyed it at Foxfield. The feedback has been tremendous, and it's so stress-free to have it there. We know it's slower because of grass. We know about the camber. We know that it's got some hills. Having said that, the 10 miler road course, which I helped design almost 40 years ago, is also imperfect in the sense that it's quite hilly also, with a tough last 4 or 5 miles. So anyway, we're having it out there. We're excited about it. It'll be the 4 miler course once around. The second loop will add something different to it so that it won't be the same. It won't be quite as hilly. I'm going to go out this week and work on it. I've got some ideas. So you'll do 2 loops, and the second time you come around, you will not go through the starting area. You won't go anywhere near that starting mat or the folks that are congregating there, 1 or 2 at a time, obviously. But you will come through that old finish line area and then make a beeline over and pick up the path again. So it'll be very smooth and very safe, and hopefully no congestion. We're having over a 2-day period. Oh, well, let me finish on the course. I'm getting out ahead of myself. But on the second loop, there'll be something different path to it, not quite the same. A lot of it will be the same, but some of it will be different. And then the third time around, obviously you'll be at 8 miles at that point. You only need to go 2 miles. It will finish over by the airport hangar, so you can quickly get your car and go cool down in town or out at Ridge or wherever, because we can't have cooling down on the property. So we have about 600 spots over 2 days. We are going to hold it over 2 days because we think we are going to get some good attendance. It'll be chip time. There'll be age group results. Pretty neat. I'd recommend getting some trail shoes, or some folks have talked about spikes. I think 10 miles is a long way to go with a pair of spikes. So I would recommend some kind of trail shoe for that distance. So anyway, we're thrilled. And Nicole Breimer, of course, will be the director. Audrey and I and Leah and others will be heavily involved. Alec, we're jazzed about it, and got some great causes. Okay, so that will be part of the Race Fest 2021 series we've cooked up. We've got the New Year's race that we just had, and we've been seeing tremendous interest in the Sugar Hollow Frostbite 4 miler, which is the combined Sugar Hollow 5K, 10K. I'm trying to go incrementally distance-wise, so New Year's Day 5K, Sugar Hollow 4 miles, and then next month it'll be in March, it'll be March 6th, it'll be the Haven 8K. We'll have that out in Free Union. Stay tuned on the course for that. It'll be same thing with pandemic, chip time, pandemic protocol with the staggered times. But anyway, the Frostbite 4 miler is coming up on February 6th, and it is filling up quickly. We're going to add some more spots, I think, so we can get more folks in, because it should be filled up in the next couple of days with the current number of time slots. So stay tuned for that. And so you'll be accumulating points. Once again, you get 5 points for crossing the finish line. and then you can earn up to 3 extra points based on how you do in your age group. It's 5-year age groups, and because these aren't huge races, there's a good chance you can score in your age group 3 points for first, 2 for second, 1 for third. And then, of course, if you're really speedy, you finish in the top 3 overall. Leah and I are going to host the half marathon and marathon at Riverview. Yes, boring. Yes, back and forth. Oh my gosh, back and forth. But boy, oh boy, the folks that did the marathon in the fall really enjoyed it. We start super early in the morning, no crowds, chip timing, certified course, very safe. And it went beautifully, and people really enjoyed it. Felt like each 4 miles felt different than the previous because you're starting in the dark and you work your way into daylight. We're really excited about that. It's going to be Sunday, I think, whatever that Sunday is, March 15th. So this will be open only to my athletes. It'll be an exclusive, whereas the 10 miler and these the Race Fest series are open to anyone. The reason it's an exclusive is because we just don't want to have a ton of people down there for obvious reasons. So if you know of anyone that is close to you, or an old training partner, someone that is currently training with you, and they want to do the half or the full, let us know. We will be sending invites out just like we did the last time, especially folks that were planning on doing Shamrock or Tobacco Road. Those have both been canceled. There'll be virtual events, I guess, but this will be a live, real event. And again, everybody, we had 30 folks do it in the fall. They loved it. We got tremendous feedback. So let me know on that one. And again, the Race Fest will continue through the spring. Stay tuned for more details. We'll have the Run for Autism, Big Brothers Big Sister, different venues, different distances. Going to be fun. And folks are already enjoying knowing that they're earning some points. If you're new, and I've had this happen recently, not surprising, as some folks wanting to join in and do the half or the marathon, and they're signing up for speedsters and they're going, whoa, this mileage is crazy, or these long runs are crazy. Well, that's because we've been incrementally doing this with the folks that were already signed up with speedsters way back in the fall. So get in touch with me and I'll bridge you safely so you don't get hurt. And there's bound to be some of you that want to do the half and then the 10 miler 2 weeks later. We will have a plan set for that so you can safely do that. The marathon and the 10 miler, I'm not very big on that idea. They'll only be 2 weeks apart because, of course, the 10 miler we've announced is March 27th and 28th, a 2-day race. I think that's about it for what's going on this spring. We will have some kids events later on. I'm not sure how I'm going to pull all of that off. We continue to be very cautious and super safe about with the virus, because it's obviously not gone away and it could get a lot worse in the coming weeks. So, and that can affect things too. If the governor starts to shut events down, the county says you can't do it, stay tuned. But for now, we're looking at having these events in a really safe setting. We're so grateful to Foxfield and to the folks out there for letting us do this. Okay, I think that's about it. You guys know how to get in touch with me. I really enjoyed catching up with many of you, either outside the shop or by texting or even by phone. Some have even said, let's go for a walk sometime. We go for a walk with masks on and catch up. I've really enjoyed it. I do miss the camaraderie, the groups, the high fives, the stopwatch on you and seeing you improve. But I've been really impressed with how you've stayed engaged and motivated, and many of you have stayed very fit. Watch your sitting. Remember, 20 minutes at a time to a half hour. Get up every so often. Just move around, lift your legs up, and sit back down again. And of course, no perching on the end of the seat. All right. Saw one the other night on Netflix, or maybe it was HBO. Gosh, can't remember now. Called The Dawn Wall. It's an older documentary. It's kind of like Free Solo, except the guy has ropes. So that Free Solo was distracting because I kept worrying about him falling backwards with no ropes. The whole time I was on the edge of my seat, nervous. This one, you can relax a little bit more, but it's an incredible story. And both stories, both documentaries, I think the theme over and over again is preparation, determination, and believing in something that maybe other people don't believe you can do. And I think that parlays over beautifully with my philosophies. Both these guys had incredibly positive attitudes and really believed in what they could do, but they didn't take it for granted. They worked really hard at it, and I see a lot of the similarities with all of you. So anyway, good to catch up, and we'll see you at the races, hopefully. All right. Oh, and by the way, virtual options on all of these too, and you do get your points as long as you pay. All of these will go to great charitable causes. We raised, in the races we did in the fall, the men's 4 miler, women's 4 miler, the half marathon, the New Year's Day 5K, we raised almost $100,000 for local causes. It's just amazing in the middle of the pandemic. So we're going to keep it going this spring. All right. Talked enough. Take care, everyone.